how did your parents meet?
My mom and dad met through my aunt because my dad knew my aunt, and he asked my mom's sister if he can get introduced to my mom. And at the time, my mom was in college, and my dad, he didn't have much of a job, but when they started going out, my mom would go to school, and my dad would wait for her. And when after my mom finished school, they would go to the movies and hang out, and they kept on dating and then went to the movies a lot, to the point where one day my mom got pregnant and my dad didn't want to raise the child that my mom was bearing. And my dad got in trouble with my grandma and grandpa because my grandma and grandpa didn't want him to get a girl pregnant, because he was religious, that God told him that, oh no, you have to go back and raise that child with that woman that you knocked up. And so he went back. He didn't really want to do it, but my mom and dad went to court, got married, and that's when my eldest sister was born in 1980.
So when did your parents decide to come to America?
My mom and dad worked, and at the time they were in the Philippines, and they were raising 2 children. After my sister Anne was born, 2 years later they had another child, which was another girl, and they named her Irene. And in 1993, my mom went to America because she wanted to support our family. And since my sister, especially to the fact that he didn't have much of a job, he didn't finish high school, and he got this girl who had so much she could do on her own life if she didn't have dated my dad. And my dad didn't want to raise that child, and he didn't want to get married because he was young, of course. So what my dad tried to do was try to run away, and he was 18, my mom was 16, and my dad loved to fish, and he used to live near the beach. They had a boat which they used to catch fish, and he thought he could just run away on that boat and just fish for the rest of his life. But then by the time we packed his things and then tried to run away, his boat was missing and he couldn't go anywhere. And he knew that years were 13 and 15, that they're getting older and they're about to go to high school. She thought that, oh, if I'm able to work here, I can have my children continue on their studies back at home and then be able to be supplied with whatever they need. And then the following year, my dad went to America with my mom, and they both worked. My dad used to work at Burger King in Oakland, and as he was working, he was also going to nurse school. So he would study while he's working, and then my mom would help him earn money so that he can pay his school, and then they could earn money to pay for my sisters back at home in the Philippines. So after another whole year, in 1995, they finally got a petition to allow my sisters to come here and go on middle school. And then they went to middle school here in Alameda, and my sisters went to Wood. And after that, a year later, I was born in 1996. And yeah, that's how they all got here.
Okay.